Hundreds of children are exploited every day on the internet, but one Birmingham mother is fighting back and winning. A Birmingham woman could face her third jury. Her story next on Fox 6 News. And it's a shocking survival. A small plane goes down. One passenger makes it out alive. Plus, they say aliens are out there. They claim to have the proof. Those are some of our top stories this Sunday, May 25th, 1997.
Now, first on Fox, from Alabama's 24-hour news team, your first news of the night, Birmingham's only primetime news. This is Fox 6 News at 9.
Good evening, I'm Rick Journey. Sarah Versa has the weekend off. Thanks for joining us on Fox 6 News at 9. First on Fox tonight, a battle to help missing and exploited children. That battle is being fought right here in Birmingham. For children like James Moore, the search is on. He's missing from the Cahaba Bridge area. Now he can be found on the internet. Child advocates hope his picture in cyberspace will help in the search. But what is being used to help is also hurting. Children are still being misled and exploited every day over the internet. That's why one Birmingham mother is now online. As Fox 6 reporter Tom Smith shows us, she's helping catch child abusers nabbed on the net.
And on these web pages, they discuss their desires to have sex with young children.
Type the right thing and send. Soon pictures of naked boys appear. Here, predators are looking for children, and Donna Parker is watching. Parker's in an online battle with anyone exploiting children. She's doing it right here in Birmingham.
It's not just the person that's going to snatch them out of the car. It's the person they're talking to over the internet. How do you know that person they're talking to is a 12-year-old or a 10-year-old?
It's a grassroots fight Donna Parker's leading against them, child molesters. She talks with some of the nation's worst pedophiles every day online.
There you go.
Here, someone's trying to send naked pictures of children. It's not considered child pornography because they're not involved in sexual activity.
So what we have been doing is going after the host server, which is that where they have the home page, and ask them to please remove this. This is in poor taste. You know, we don't need to support criminal acts on the internet.
Parker and others have closed down some alleged pedophile sites, even here in Alabama. Other sites are now underground. But still, the exploitation of children continues on the internet.
And it has only enhanced their desires for the children. And I really fear that because of this, more children are going to be abducted and molested.
Parker's now using the internet against the predators. Here, she's in an online battle and doesn't...
That's Tom Smith reporting. Child advocates say Alabama is behind the times in protecting children. Many say the state needs to have background checks on teachers and mandatory sentencing for sex offenders. First on Fox in Alabama tonight, the woman accused of murdering a Birmingham bail bondsman is talking. Regina Gratton faces charges of killing Warren King back in 1994. Fox 6 reporter Don Lemon has her story.
And all along you've maintained that what?
That I'm not guilty.
Regina Gratton has been saying that since 1994. Two juries have not been able to decide if she killed Warren King. King was a bail bondsman mixed up in a bonding scheme with the late Judge Jack Montgomery.
I don't understand. I don't know what they go through when they go back there in the jury box and they talk and try to come to a conclusion.
But a conclusion was something the jury never reached. They got hung up 10-1.
It says to me that there are clearly reasonable doubts in this case. Clearly reasonable doubts that Regina Gratton is guilty of this crime.
The prosecution has said in court that Regina Gratton had a motive because she needed money to support her cocaine habit. Regina Gratton says that doesn't mean she's a murderer.
They didn't prove it. The only thing they proved is that I was on drugs and I had jewelry, you know. And what was his was mine, mine was his. That's the way we lived.
Don Lemon, Fox 6 News at 9.
Regina Gratton will face another capital murder trial if she doesn't reach an agreement with prosecutors. We tried to reach prosecutors by phone. They did not return our calls. Former Talladega Mayor Larry Barton says federal prison is like a vacation. Barton has been in jail for over 4 years. The former mayor is being held in a federal prison near Fort Walton, Florida. He could be out by September. Barton was convicted of stealing $5,900 in city funds. A section of downtown Birmingham is taking on a new look. The McWayne Science Center and OmniMax Theater are taking shape. They're under construction on 19th Street and 2nd Avenue North. It's all set to open in mid-1998. The project is funded with a mix of private and public money. Total price tag for the building could run about $50 million. First on Fox in America tonight, an incredible story of survival. In Florida, a woman parachuted out of a plane spinning to the ground. The skydiving plane crashed in a rural area between Miami and the Everglades. 6 people on board were killed. The parachutist told rescue workers the plane stalled, went into a spin, then crashed. The plane caught fire on impact. Rescue officials say the plane had just taken off and hadn't gone far. Brush fires once again threatened Southern California this weekend. Over 150 firefighters battled the fast-moving flames. Residents were evacuated when the fire came dangerously close. The cause of the blaze hasn't been determined yet. A fire in a Philadelphia row house this morning killed 6 people, including 4 children. The children ranged from 11 months to 6 years old. A firefighter and another man were hurt. The fire may have been caused by smoking. Officials say the house had no smoke detectors. First on Fox in the World tonight, authorities in Germany say a fire set by extremists gutted a Roman Catholic church today. Investigators say they discovered freshly painted white swastikas on an outside wall. A state prosecutor spokesman says there are no immediate suspects, but evidence indicates a possible attack by neo-Nazis. About 250 people gathered outside the burned church. They were protesting attacks motivated by hatred. A major upset in the first round of French elections today. The left outpolled the current ruling coalition. The outcome is being called a protest vote. That could make things difficult for President Jacques Chirac. He has a plan to put France back on track for European unity. The second round of voting takes place next Sunday. The loser in Iran's election congratulates his opponent. The outgoing president congratulated President-elect Mohammad Khatami on his landslide victory. Speaking at a news conference in Tehran today, President Rafsanjani wished his successor well. Khatami, a moderate and former culture minister, was elected president on Saturday. He will take over in August. Now let's take a look at some stories we've got coming up for you tonight at 10. As another Memorial Day rolls around, a group plans to honor vets year-round. We'll show you how. And you're paying to repair roads every time you go to the gas pump, so why are we on a road to ruin? Those stories and more tonight at 10. Well, it's a drizzly start to our Sunday, but the clouds finally came out. Will they stick around, Michelle?
Well, all of the rain is scattered at this time. We're not talking about heavy downpours anymore. We did have one warning tonight up in Madison County, and that was a tornado warning. That's officially over, but if you look all the way across the rest of the state, not a whole lot to look at. And it looks like by tomorrow we'll wind up partly cloudy and a bit warmer. So not a complete washout. If we get any rain at all tomorrow, it will be late in the afternoon, and it'll come in the form of an isolated thunderstorm. By the afternoon, we'll look for a high around 85 degrees, and we'll talk much more about your Memorial Day forecast coming up in the weather segment. Rick?
Thanks, Michelle. Tomorrow, the nation pauses to remember veterans. But these guys aren't pausing. They're making a lot of noise for Memorial Day. And Fact or Fantasy. Next, meet people convinced they're in an alien database somewhere.
Sheldon Hager down in the sports office. As usual, a busy Sunday at 9:24. We've got college baseball and Winston Cup racing from Charlotte.
Coming up Monday on Good Day Alabama, we'll be showing the real reasons why we celebrate Memorial Day.
Also, it's a sheriff surveillance system you won't believe. That's Monday on Good Day Alabama.
Monday on Daybreak, need a computer? They aren't too hard to find if you know where to look. That plus the latest news, traffic, and weather on Daybreak from 5:30 until 7.
On the next Seinfeld.
Want to go get something to eat?
Where do you want to go?
I don't care. I'm not hungry.
Sunday night at 9:30 on Fox 6.
What's going on now? The automotive sales event North Alabama's been waiting for. The 10th annual John Crump Toyota Mazda Challenge under the air-conditioned tent at the Jasper Mall. Rain or shine, truckloads of new Toyotas and Mazdas priced for immediate sale, plus the largest selection of pre-owned cars and trucks in North Alabama. On-the-spot financing rates as low as 1.9%, no payments for up to 90 days, and discounts up to $5,000. The 10th annual John Crump Toyota Mazda Challenge at the Jasper Mall. Remember, if you can't trade with John Crump, you can't trade.
Connections. Life has many, putting you in touch with a pretty remarkable world. At Colonial Bank, you'll find the Colonial Connection. A connection to banking the way you want it. Not just a direct link to all the conveniences that banking has to offer. It's your connection to something even more important. Our people. Your financial needs. Our people. That's the Colonial Connection.
Colonial Bank. We can do.
Did you ever wonder what makes the Grand Am so popular? Maybe it's the bold, aggressive styling and sport tune suspension. Maybe it's the standard safety features like dual airbags and four-wheel anti-lock brakes. One thing's for sure, everybody loves Grand Am's value. Right now, you can get $1,000 cash back on Grand Am, or choose 4.9% APR financing for up to 60 months.
What's your reason?
See your Central Alabama Pontiac dealer.
Making news tonight, a roll of man-made thunder. A motorcycle gang rolled into Washington for a loud Memorial Day weekend. This is the 10th annual Rolling Thunder Rally. The bikers, many of them Vietnam veterans, ride in from across the country. It's all designed to attract attention to their calls for soldiers still missing in action. Bikers say they'll hit the road every year until everyone is accounted for. And there's a run on garlic in a small town in the Philippines. The town is on a vampire watch. A woman claims she saw one fly off her rooftop and land on a nearby tree branch. Local TV and newspapers have given extensive coverage to the sighting. So far, nothing new has been sighted. First on Fox tonight, from vampires to the alien unknown. Alien life is a question scientists are sorting out. But for some people, there's no question. They are believers. Fox's Hillary Howard has their story.
Somewhere beyond this beautiful home we call Earth is the rest of the universe. It is incomprehensibly vast, a mind-blowing space where galaxies spiral with endless possibilities. Possibilities like other life forms, intelligent life forms.
Out in a very large farm field was the most beautiful UFO.
My very earliest memories are actually of lying in bed and having seeing several very tall beings with large, glistening dark eyes actually bending over and looking into the bed.
I remember thinking, I wonder if they could see me.
I was young enough at that point in time that I wasn't actually afraid.
And I felt almost sad that they were gone.
But they'd be back, and they'd come for others. At least that's what the people in this room believe. They claim to be experiencers, people who've been abducted. And some of them prefer not to be identified. They fear ridicule.
And I felt enveloped in a light. I wanted to run. I couldn't run. I didn't know what was going on.
The year was 1991, and Beth Collings, not her real name, was driving down a lonely Virginia road. She remembers a light and complete confusion.
I blinked. I blinked, and I was back in the vehicle 5 miles away, going around a curve in the road, a 90-degree turn in the road at about 50 miles an hour on two wheels.
From that moment, Beth started remembering and documenting her experiences. Most of the people in this room say they've met the Greys, that their parents met them, that their children meet them. Are there star people? Many say yes. This is not a religion. Abductees don't worship aliens. They just believe that we're not alone and that we can probably learn from them.
What I see when I look into this face is enormous wisdom. I think that they almost want us very badly to understand what their relationship is to us.
But even Blevins doesn't know what that relationship is, other than the fact that it exists. In Virginia, Hillary Howard, Fox News.
In tonight's health headlines, teen smoking. Tobacco companies reportedly have agreed to reduce cigarette sales to teens. The goal is to reduce teen smoking by 60% within the next decade. The plan is part of a deal to settle lawsuits. The suits are over the cost of treating smoke-related ailments. The deal requires tobacco companies to work to reduce teen smoking between 35 and 60% by 2007. If the goals are not reached, companies would have to pay large fines. Those fines could total millions. When Julie Garber died of leukemia last December, she had one dying wish: to have a baby. Now, 5 months after her death, her parents planned to make her wish a reality. Before dying, Garber had 12 eggs extracted and fertilized by a sperm bank donor. When the time is medically right, the fertilized egg will be planted into a surrogate mother.
But it's certainly our wish to be the grandparents of Julie's baby. She deserved that baby. We are deserving of being that baby's grandparent. That baby will come into the world wanted and loved.
Experts say the baby may very well be the first child born of an egg left behind by a dead mother. Well, two big blockbusters are headed to the small screen. Next, a look ahead to this week's home video picks. One of them is really out of this world.
And all of the scattered showers have fizzled out all the way across the state. So when will the rain return? We'll give you an update coming up.
This is a phenomenal value. For a limited time, Tameron Honda has priced its loaded value package Accords at only $14,990 with air, automatic, and stereo with cassettes for only $14,990 at Tameron Honda in Hoover.
I'm a Walmart shopper from the word go.
I see Bernie in here all the time.
Every time I see George, he tries to recruit me.
Oh, he'd make a great Walmart associate.
I tell him, George, I'm retired and I like it.
He's perfect. I'm telling you, he's perfect.
He says, so was I, but this is a great place to work.
Bernie and I'd make a great team. A great team.
I say, George, if I work at Walmart, when am I going to fish?
I says to him, Bernie, we'll put you in the fishing department.
He never quits.
At Limbaugh Toyota, you can be like a kid again. Take the summer off.
Make no down payment and no monthly payment till after Labor Day.
Pay zero down, skip June, July, and August too.
Or drive a brand new 1997 Limbaugh Toyota Tacoma for an unbelievable $137 a month. Brand new 1997 Limbaugh Toyota Corollas with air, only $167 a month.
Don't be tardy. These offers end soon.
Look for our yellow flags and hurry to Limbaugh Toyota, exit 120 off I-59.
It's slower at Limbaugh.
I'm glad we could all sit down together like this. There's been too much controversy, too much fighting. Now, who gets the honey barbecue tender roast?
Keep your team happy with a bucket from KFC. Mix roasted and fried, even our newest sensation, honey barbecue tender roast.
Georgie, you keep hogging all the honey barbecue tender roast, and you're out of here.
Hit a home run with your team tonight. Bring home a dozen pieces of your choice, large mashed potatoes and gravy, coleslaw, baked beans, 6 biscuits, all just $16.99.
Want off-road luxury for only $227 a month? Tameron's got the Montero Sport ES with air, roof rack, side steps, and stereo with CDs for only $227 a month at Tameron Mitsubishi in Hoover.
This segment of Fox 6 News is brought to you by your Heart of Alabama Chevrolet dealers.
Partly cloudy skies across Birmingham and temperatures dropping pretty quickly. We saw a little bit of sunshine late this afternoon, and the leftover rain has just about fizzled out. If you get any more drizzle, it should not last very long. Back to the west, though, we're looking at some pretty gusty thunderstorms making their way across to the east. You're looking at here, this is Texas, up into Oklahoma, up into Kansas as well. These are tornado watch boxes in effect, and all of these storms moving across to the east, and this is headed toward our forecast sometime late Monday night and into Tuesday. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. It's currently 72 degrees at the airport. Your dew point's at 67. Winds are mainly coming from the southwest at about 9 miles per hour. Much cooler air sitting back to the north and west a bit, 52 degrees by the south. You look much warmer temperatures as well as high dew points. We're talking about plenty of moisture available. At the surface, we do have this one stationary front that's beginning to lift up to the northeast, pulling in a lot of Gulf moisture as well. And then back to the west, a dry line stretching through Texas, much drier, colder air sitting back to the west. All of this moving across to the east, firing up some pretty nasty storms to the west. But for us, we've mainly just seen some scattered showers and just a few thunderstorms, mainly along the coastline and up toward the Huntsville area. For central Alabama, it's been a pretty calm day. As you take a look at the radars, you can see all the storms moving across to the east. We'll start to see more along the lines with this shower of activity. As all of this moves across to the east, it'll increase our chances of rain late Monday evening and into Tuesday morning. But it looks like for the most part, Memorial Day will remain rain-free. Then by the afternoon, you might get in an isolated thunderstorm because it will be warm. We'll look for upper 80s in most locations. Our high will be right at about 85 degrees. For the rest of this evening, will remain partly to mostly cloudy. You might have 1 or 2 showers straying through the area. That's doubtful, though, with a light southwest wind. Low will be right at about 66 degrees. That 7-day planner brings in some sunshine, and it brings in a few clouds, especially for Memorial Day. By Tuesday, we'll wind up mostly cloudy, and then we'll start to clear back up again by Tuesday evening. Once that front passes us by, things will begin to shape up pretty nicely. We'll bring in some cooler temperatures Wednesday.